Allah and His Prophet command the women or advise the women, most of the advice that's given to women is not to love men, is not to love their husbands. Why do you think that is? Well, because women, love comes naturally, right? We give love. This is something that we naturally, and we are very familiar with the concept of unconditional love. However, there's something we're not that familiar with, and that is respect. We do not understand the concept of unconditional respect. We as women feel like, well, you gotta deserve my respect. You gotta earn my respect, right? So if you're treating me bad, I'm not gonna respect you, right? Now that's the problem right there, because when we take on that attitude, we're only going to get more and more harsh treatment. It's like this knee-jerk reaction. So the Prophet ﷺ comes to women and he recommends to women what? Respect your husbands, right? Obey your husbands. So the emphasis is on respect. Because when men and women interact, and this is what the experts find, is that the primary need that they find for a man is to feel respected. Okay? And the primary need for a woman is to feel cared for or loved. And so what these experts have found is that the conflict that happens between men and women can basically be broken down into this formula, which they call the crazy cycle. And what that crazy...
Shout out to my Telegram group for sending me that one. I thought that was really significant because we talk about this all the time, right? Respect, submission, which means obey, right? And what she was saying about the difference between men and women, respect comes easier to men than it does to women. That's obvious. And what she was saying about love and unconditional love, even though I'm really not that fuzzy on. The reason unconditional love actually comes normal to women is because they have to have children and they're caretakers of children. And so their biology is more leaning towards more unconditional love than men are. Men don't quite have that gene. So what she was saying is, I would believe her, it's probably far more accurate. And what's more important to men is respect. Just basic respect your person, what she calls unconditional respect, which is basic respect, which men, because of the threat of violence, naturally give out because that's what you have to do to get along with most people. That's the way men view the world. Women don't view the world the same way. That's what she was saying. Women believe that you have to earn their respect, deserve their respect, deserve their obedience, and deserve their submission, right? And if the society doesn't enforce it, they won't give it. And we hear a lot of black women say the exact same thing about us, right? About when we talk about respect, especially the manosphere. They go at the manosphere. We don't respect you. You have to earn our respect. You've done nothing to deserve our respect. And then she says what happens in the reaction. We treat them even more harshly. Basically men say, fuck you. You don't respect me. I don't have to deal with you. I'm not going to be with a woman that doesn't respect me. And that, mutual respect should come first. And women, like she says, women don't do that so much. That doesn't come that easily to them or naturally to them. And when you come up in a matriarchy or gynocracy like we do, guess what happens even further? The low level of disrespect is built into the black culture. And this is the reason we get the attitude from our women that we do. Because it doesn't come naturally to them. We, black men, naturally respect their women, naturally respect others because that's what we give. Men have a problem with unconditional love. Now, men say that women have to earn our love. It's not automatically given. And women should say, just because I'm a woman, you should love me. Just because of me being, you should love me. And that's what she calls the crazy cycle. Okay, because men and women view things differently. And there is no avenue or any kind of platform or teachings that men and women can learn to respect and love each other. That used to be that way because you lived in a small town and you grew up together, grew up down the street. So you naturally started to love and form a bond, and respect came over time. So it's just natural. But what do you do in a modern environment where you're meeting a stranger? You're getting to know a stranger. You don't know that person from Adam until you meet them and then you start to date them. How does a woman that doesn't know you respect you? Not the same with two guys that don't know each other. There's a mutual respect that we give each other, baseline of respect that we give each other. He doesn't have to earn my respect in for the most part. But our women like she says, don't have that gene. And that's the things we get confused. And I think that confuses women when they say they don't have to respect. They love us, in a sense. They love us, but they don't respect us. They love their boys, but they don't respect their boys. And that's the key. That's how come boys only read at a 10% grade level. That's how come a lot of boys have trouble getting out of high school. That's how come black boys have trouble succeeding. It's because the mothers love their boys, and do believe they do, and maybe even unconditionally, but they don't respect them. They don't give the modicum of respect to actually push that boy into greatness or into being stable or even being capable. They love him, but they don't respect him. And when they meet us, they look at us, they want to be with us, they want to have babies with us, but they don't respect it. And it comes out in their tone, it comes out in their language, it comes out in their disobedience. I don't have to listen to you, I don't respect you. So guess what? Even though I love you, even though we can be together, even though we can lay down and have sex and go out on dates and all that kind of stuff, guess what? I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to listen to what you say. I don't have to respect what you say. And for men, that's an issue. For black men, that's an issue. That's like when black men meet another group of women that do know how to respect their man, do know how to obey their men. That's where the problem comes in. That's where you get passport bros. That's why SBM, dating out. That's where you get it. And I thought this was quaint because what she highlighted was so profound. And I want to thank my Telegram brothers for sending this to me. This is so profound about the difference between men and women, but also the difference and the issue with black men and black women. How come they don't want to submit? How come they don't want to obey? How come they don't want to follow? Because they don't respect you. And they're taught by the gynocracy, by the grandmothers, their mothers, their friends, how not to respect you. In fact, the biggest thing that goes on amongst black women when they get together and they talk about their lives and talk about their men is how they actually disrespect him. I got him told. I told him off. I told him I wasn't going to do what he said. I told him he could go jump in the lake. I could told him he can go find him another woman. I told him they always get you told. And they always tell you what they ain't going to do. They always tell you what you have to do. They always tell you what you have to do to earn their respect, if you can never do it. What's the two things that she said that the Eastern Islam teaches the women of their culture? Two things, right? Respect your husband and obey your husband. Respect and submission. Those are the two key components. And those are the two key components that black men have been begging for decades. Those are two most popular things when it says, what do you want out of a black woman, dating a black woman, marrying a black woman, not a black wife? Respect and obedience. Respect and submission. Respect and cooperation. And those two things are actually tied together. I wish I could get a full speech of what she was saying, because what she said just in those couple of minutes is so profound. And it goes at the heart of the issue of the angst between black men and black women. All the way from the bedroom, to the household, rearing the black boys, to the dating arena, to the educational arena, even into politics. We just saw that with Tiffany Cross and Stacey Abrams, right? They love us. They want to take care of us in their own way, but they do not respect us. They want us to give them respect and give them unconditional love, but they don't want to return the respect and agreeableness and obedience that the Islamic world teaches their women. That's the fundamental difference. It's the fundamental difference with most cultures on the planet. We're backwards. Anyhow, I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to drop this as a thought because I thought this was so profound. So with that, I'm going to jump off here. This is BGS out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.